friends. Thank you so much for hopping on. I'm Alfyn Gestoso. Here you go again. You're a local realtor here in Reno and Sparks, and I'm
Give
here
up.
with Jessica from Guild Mortgage. And today we definitely have something exciting to share with all of you. Rates have declined recently, and that changes. It definitely changes the game for buyers who've been waiting on the sidelines. So, Jess, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, super exciting for anyone who is in my line of business, which is the financing end. We've been waiting for rates to come down for I mean years at this point. We were hoping that they were going to come down a lot earlier in the year, but of course,
We've
our
been waiting
political
for rates.
climate has been a little bit touch and go. So it's been a little difficult, but as of Friday, September 6th, the mortgage rates, we did see a mortgage rate drop. So it's actually the biggest 1 day drop in over a year. The reason is because the jobs report showed that only $22,000 or 22,000 jobs have been added to the market as opposed to $75,000, which was the expectation since the last jobs report. So because unemployment is higher than what the feds were expecting, that obviously raises a red flag to what is going on with the US economy, and that's causing rates to come down. Now, are they going to stay this low for a while? It's hard to tell. You know, there's so many things that will influence it, but what we do know is that they're lower right now.
Definitely. So if you've been renting, you're paying 2,500 or more a month, and you're thinking you need to wait for that perfect time, definitely stick around, because we're going to break down why it could be your chance to
Yes.
definitely jump into home ownership with more confidence, right? So
Oh,
whoever's
yeah.
watching now, are you currently renting or do you already own? You can definitely drop in the comments. That way we can see, we can chat, we can chat live. So if you're watching it now, definitely go ahead and comment below. That way we can also see and then, answer some questions live as well. So as far as the market update, what do you think, you know, what is the current rate going on right now, Jess?
Yeah. So right now we're seeing the average 30-year fixed rate sitting at about 6.29%, give or take. That's actually the lowest since October of 2024, which is finally seeing a shift on rates, which is, I'm sorry, I'm geeking out because I've been waiting for this to finally happen. We're seeing, I mean, throughout the year, we've seen some, very minuscule decreases on rates, but right now the way things are looking, the reports I'm seeing as far as unemployment and inflation, what they're coming back as, it's looking pretty positive, like rates will actually come down a little further than they already have since Friday.
Definitely. So, homes are definitely moving. Buyers just now have more leverage and negotiating room when it
Hmm.
that we've seen in a while, right? Just
That's true. Now, keep this in mind, guys. Anyone who's been waiting for rates to drop, get as excited as I am because it is a huge deal. But also start thinking about getting pre approved if you are actually serious about buying soon. Because here's what I think might happen, which we saw this back in 2020, 2021. I don't know if you remember, Alfyn, that there were a lot of people that were kind of sitting ducks waiting for the market to do its thing and for rates to come down. Well, the feds did exactly what people needed, which was rates came down. I mean, extremely. Definitely don't expect that to happen again. If anything, we'll see things in the sixes and the fives, okay? But with that said, there was a lot of competition going on at the market. And again, as we have said in previous lives, we do have a inventory issue. We don't have enough homes for the amount of people that actually want to buy homes. So you might actually get stuck in a very competitive market if rates do, continue to come down, which is a good and a bad thing, right? Because if you're in a competitive market, what that means is you might have to offer more than what that house is selling for. Whereas right now in this buyer's market, you ask for concessions from the seller.
definitely. Okay, so for anyone that's watching, Jess, that is a first-time home buyer, Okay, now they're hearing rates are dropping. What do you think are their
Mhm.
next move or next best move?
I think if you're really thinking about buying and you want to know where you're at, what your budget looks like, talk to your trusted lender. Reach out to me, reach out to anyone that you know that can help you figure out where you're at right now. Talk to you about interest rates versus mortgage payment, because I think that's what most people focus on, right? It's not so much just the interest rate, but what kind of mortgage payment is that rate going to get me so that I can start shopping within my price range. So I do recommend that anyone who's thinking about it, let's jump on it now. Now that we're starting to see a positive shift on rates downwards before it actually happens fully, you'll be approved. You're probably already going to be looking at homes, and your rate doesn't get locked until you actually find a home, make an offer, and that offer gets accepted. From pre-approval stage until that happens, some time can go by, and you're still taking advantage of the low interest rate. So you're definitely not losing out on anything by starting now.
100%. So it's good to prepare. It's good to know where you stand, and in order to do that, it's no hassle, um, to just talk to a
Mhm.
lender and go from there and see where you stand. And that way, if you need to work on anything, you can work on it step by step. And it's true, prices and
Exactly.
competition will most likely climb, um, if rates even fall further. So to be one step forward is to get in, see what you qualify for, and
Yes.
go from there, right?
Yeah, and I mean, our lenders here at Guild Mortgage and other lending companies already talking about low interest rates. So that's already causing some traffic. I'm already seeing an uptick on referrals and clients that are coming back that maybe didn't end up buying a year ago because everyone's hearing the same thing you guys are, which is the Fed's lowered rates. So I'm already seeing that competition pick up. So if you haven't even looked into getting pre-approved or what your options are yet, then maybe it is a good time to start looking into it now in case what Alfyn said, which is a great point, in case there is anything you actually need to work on before being 100% ready to go.
Absolutely. And then, even with the announcement of rates dropping, I've had buyers even say, but Alfin, I still need to save money. I need to save money for a down payment, stuff like that. Just what are some programs we have available to where we're able to get clients with zero or less money down?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, but two of my favorites right now are hands down our FHA Zero Down program. You just need a minimum 600 credit score to qualify for this, as opposed to your state government assistance programs like Home is Possible, Home at Last that require a minimum 640. So if you're worried about your credit, but then you could get your whole entire down payment covered through that FHA Zero Down program. Your FHA down payment requirement is minimum 3.5%. So you could get anywhere between 3.5 to 5% assistance with that specific program. And then there's your Home is Possible state government assistance programs that will require a 640 or better. But these have some, I mean, I think this morning when I looked at it, the 4% buyers is offering a 6.5% interest rate, y'all. So that's with no points, no cost. That's just the starting rate with that government assistance program. So there's definitely ways to get you into a home without having to cover absolutely anything of your down payment. And if you're smart about it and you jump on this now that the market is kind of cooled down a little, then you can also maybe potentially get a seller credit to help you cover the closing cost on your home loan. Potentially, as good as it sounds, it's real. You could walk away with little to no money out of pocket purchasing a home right now in this market.
Absolutely. So, if you've been hesitant, don't let outdated info stop you. We're here to guide you and give you the information that you need to go ahead and move forward. The tools are definitely available today. We have Jessica here. She can run scenarios for you. And there's programs, credits, creative financing. So there's definitely
Mhm.
there's that window for you to buy now. So, I know a lot of people are on the fence. A lot of people are like, my credit, down payment. But don't worry, there's ways, there's options. Let us run it by you so you can make a very educated and smart decision.
Also, guys, ask your employers if they have any programs that could assist you to get into a home. I've helped a few buyers already this year whose company, the other one actually worked at a casino, and they offered them assistance for being an employee. So we could also stack that on top of any of our standard assistance programs so you can actually maximize the possibilities of being able to walk away with no money out of pocket.
There you go. There's an example right there. And then, yeah, because there's just different scenarios. Different clients have different things going on, whether it's credit, whether, oh, I need assistance with down payment, or hey, I do need assistance with closing costs. So those are things that we can run it by and give you options so we can help with your home buying process. So I
Mhm.
know that's a lot of hesitations right now with some buyers. So hopefully this live brings a little bit of value as far as like, hey, just let's talk, let's present options, and we can go from there.
That's right, Alfyn. I mean, there's so many possibilities of unless you actually start asking.
Absolutely. And then, okay, so Jess, are you ready with a scenario as far as like payments?
Yeah, what's that property that you may be doing an open house on? Is it Sterling?
Yeah, let's do one with for one of my listing. It's 3046 Sterling Ridge.
So that one is priced at 382,900,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yes.
Since we're talking about this one specific property that Alfyn will be hosting an open house potentially soon, maybe even this weekend, so definitely stay tuned. We'll start with this price range. I did focus on our down payment assistance programs, very much on terms with what we're talking about right now. And we'll start with that FHA zero down program that I had mentioned. We'll just go with the standard 3.5% assistance, which will cover your entire down payment obligation. With this, you could get all the way down to a 6.75% interest rate with this specific assistance program. It would cover the entirety of your down payment. You'd be looking at roughly out of pocket. Keep in mind that we can always try and negotiate some seller credits to cover your closing costs, either in its entirety or at least a good portion of it. Right now, out of pocket, with your down payment covered, your closing costs would be roughly anywhere between 12 grand to 15 grand. So, and your mortgage payment with this specific program is $3,161, but it does include a $220 HOA that this property has. It includes your homeowner's insurance and your property taxes. So it's pretty much your out the door mortgage payment. Now, there is that home as possible assistance program that I had mentioned before. So that does have a starting rate of 6.5%. So it's a
Mhm.
little different to our FHA zero down. With this one, I mean, let's
What happened to
one of the
Jess?
biggest
Oh, there you are.
sorry, a phone call came in. So this
Oh,
program, it is a very minor. Can you hear me?
yeah. Oh, you're cutting out. Yep.
Alfyn, can you hear me there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where was I? Sorry, I was getting a phone call, and since I'm filming this on my phone, it interrupted the whole thing. So, as I was saying, I mean, the difference in interest rates from one assistance program to the other is very minor. We're talking about a 6.75% rate on an FHA zero down program, on the home as possible assistance program. With this one, your mortgage payment would be of about $3,057. So did that minor difference makes like a $50 mortgage payment difference? So we should also analyze. what your interest rate goals are and really where interest rates are now, because a lot of the times a dip in interest rate, if it's not too major, won't make that big of a difference on your mortgage payment.
Agree. And then are there options to like buy down rate as well?
Yeah, I mean, with the Home is Possible down payment assistance program, no. That one comes with a set interest rate as long as you're using the assistance at the amount that you need it or that they offer, that's the rate that you get. With the FHA Zero Down program, there is a range of buy down that you could do. That 6.7, that is the maximum buy down you can make on this program, matter of fact.
Awesome. But if
And then, of course, if you
eventually,
have your own savings, sorry.
go ahead,
I was
go
going
ahead.
to mention if you have your own savings, then we would be talking about some slightly better rates too. Because at that point, since you're not getting any of the assistance, you get the perks of just current market rates
Awesome.
of the drive ups that come with any of the.
I love it. I know there's a lot of information in a short period of time. So thank you so much for anyone that's tuned in or will be tuning in later. However, if you think or know anyone that's wanting to buy here soon, definitely drop it in the comments. We'll send you information. You know, your dream home might be closer than you think. They are options. So I know a lot of people have been hesitant, but there's no harm in just finding out information and getting the knowledge that you need to, you know, start. The first step, starting, is definitely the hardest sometimes.
That's right. But if you guys have any questions at all, you don't have to figure this out on your own whatsoever. You just give us a ring, and I mean, no strings attached whatsoever, we're willing to answer your
Yeah,
questions and
we just
help you
want to
through the whole
provide value. We
process.
want to provide information. We want to give you the best options that you can get, whether it's through us or somebody else, totally fine. But we're just here to help and support you in any way we can, right?
That's right.
All right. Other than that, any other closing remarks, Jess?
If you have questions, like I said, don't keep those in, okay? Or do your Google research. Just call us. Alfyn will be including our contact information, but here's just really quickly my phone number, which is 775-229-4175. You can call me or text me at that number, and I'll make sure to get to you within the same day.
Perfect. Okay, and one last thing. I know we have a home buying seminar coming up. It's gonna be, let me check, the 27th. The 27th from
Yes.
11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. It's going to be in person. So if you're watching this now or later and you're interested in coming, comment below buying seminar and we can send you the information. We will be posting the Eventbrite so you can register here soon. It's going to be in person, so it's going to be fun. There's going to be some food, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of value that's going to be presented.
There you go. So if you're more of a face-to-face kind of person, you just prefer to sit down with someone and talk to them, this is the perfect opportunity to have a
Yes.
face-to-face conversation with both of us.
Perfect. Other than that, stay tuned. We'll be posting some more. And if you guys have any questions, just feel free to leave it in the comments below.
Thank you.
Bye.